people of the internet. Ian Altosaar, the Freedom Astrologer here. I'm bringing you another dose of freedom into your day. Guys, this video is going to be about a little bit about our beliefs, the things we kind of believe on a very deep level. And there's not going to be a lot of astrology here. I might refer to it here and there. But we're going to talk about patterns. We're going to talk about our beliefs. We're going to talk about spirituality and why we believe certain things. Now, there is a certain kind of belief or pattern that I've noticed with people who have, let's say, gone into spirituality. And many times people go into spirituality, self-growth, because of some sort of crisis, some sort of transformational difficult event. And usually the world or their life isn't working the way it was, and now they discover spirituality in all this self-help area, and they get really excited. And a lot of that excitement comes from the fact that all these beliefs and teachings that are in that area, in that field of you are what you attract, and law of attraction, and you do good things and they come back to you. All these kinds of beliefs that are out there, they kind of make it seem at first that everything's going to be amazing and I'm not going to feel pain or experience anything bad anymore. Everything's going to be perfect and amazing just because I will do these kinds of spiritual practices, or I will do these kind of law of attraction practices, or vision boards, or visualization and stuff like that. That everything is now going to be amazing and awesome all the time, and I don't have to suffer and transform anymore at all. Now, as you can see, this type of belief is quite detrimental, and a lot of the times people, when they have that deeper belief, they might even not be aware of that. They go into that space of everything has to be only positive and high vibration, and we only have to manifest positive good things. And they go into that space very, very strongly because they want to be, or want their life and all that surrounds them, their career, want it to be amazing all the time. And they believe if they are just really good at spirituality, or really good at the law of attraction, really good at all of these teachings, that they will get the rewards for it. And I wanted to dissect this method or this belief for you a little bit here, in order to create more freedom, and kind of show you as well like how these beliefs are formed very often early in childhood, and we kind of take these beliefs that are formed early in childhood and take them to wherever we go, whatever we do later on as adults. Now, I have this image of this kind of stern guy with a tie here, with a carrot and a stick. So this is supposed to illustrate our parents, or one of the parents, because a lot of us are brought up with the carrot and the stick method. So if you don't know, it's one of the most common methods of upbringing and in working places and working lives, is if you do good and if you do what the parents tell you to do, you will get the carrot. If you do bad and don't do what the parents tell you to do, or do against it, or go against what they're telling you to do, you are going to get the stick end of the hand. You're going to get punished, basically. And here is the place where we get ingrained with this belief that if we do good, if we are good, we tidy our room, we are good children to our parents, we get a reward, something amazing that we kind of yearn for, that we wanted, that we desired, that we would like to have in our lives. And the second part is quite simple. We go against and we get punished, we get grounded, we get smacked on the head, we get the kind of in this space, that the kind of like the crisis of life, or the bad end of life. Now, if you understand that, and if you start to trace it back and see how you were raised in certain moments. And a lot of the times we forget even that we were raised like this. But I'm hoping if I tell you this and kind of dissect it to you in very plain and simple way, you will start to understand why you are in spirituality, why you're in self-growth situations, and the belief, if I do this, if I'm good with what the teacher is telling. Because a lot of times when you go into spirituality or self-help, you're drawn to teachers, you're drawn to gurus, you're drawn to whoever is giving advice, and they become your parent in that situation because you've just went through a crisis and you are in desperate need of some sort of assistance and help, and they seem to have the solution. Now, where it gets a little haywire and where it starts getting crazier is the people then take the advice and go out into life and think everything's going to be just amazing again, just because they're doing the practice, they're doing the thing. And this is one of the reasons you are actually, I hope this starts to make it clear now, you are putting the parental figure now onto the teacher. And the teacher becomes actually your parent. Now, what did the parent tell you? If you do good, you will only get the good things. If you do bad, you will get the bad things. And now you're still stuck in that same similar kind of pattern. Now, you start to do your practice, you start to do the things that the person told you to do. And this is where a lot of the confusion also happens is I do the practice, and sometimes, there's something else going on, maybe there's a deeper pattern within you that's not resolved yet, or energy or something that's going on, and you're doing the practice but you're not really getting results. So this is where the kind of suffering or the pattern of this carrot and stick comes to play. So this is a lot of times where people start to attack these teachers, attack these people, and even internally can feel like very disappointed because they told me that this is going to help me, this is going to change me, but now it hasn't, and I'm getting the stick end of, or I'm not just getting the results. What have I done wrong is also one of the places you can go to. Like, dear teacher, I've done so many good things, I've done the practice, why isn't all the good things, why aren't all the amazing things happening? Have I done anything bad? Am I going to be punished? Even can come as well at the same time from this belief. So it is a multi-layered one, and the origins of it are still in your childhood, with the parents saying you will do good, you will get this, you will do bad, you will get this. This is very simple yet hard to kind of shake it. And why am I even talking about this is because you can understand when you go into these practices and things you start to do in your spiritual lives, in your kind of self-help, you obviously translates to career and in all areas of relationships, is to start taking actually a responsibility for the things that you're doing and not put all the responsibility onto the people who are teaching you, the parents, basically, because you're making the teachers, the gurus, your parents. And you need to take more responsibility in that, or in your spiritual life, in your lives in general. You need to mature, and you need to do the things that you're actually doing. You need to do them because you enjoy doing them, not because you think you're going to be getting some sort of reward. And this isn't how life usually works. It doesn't bring you rewards just because you're a good person. And the practices you're doing should be coming, the desire to do those practices should be coming from a deeper place for you to connect with yourself, to connect with life in general, to understand about highs and lows, the cycles of human experience. And in that way, And this is the kind of like the gist of this video as well. In that way, you become a responsible adult, a healthy, emotionally healthy, mature adult who takes responsibility for their actions, who takes responsibility for the practices, who doesn't look for the carrot or the stick, even from the universe or from God or whoever it is that you're looking out for that reward. You start to understand that you are the one responsible. You are maybe doing something here that's not quite working. Maybe you're not haven't yet cleared some of the energy. You know, there are a bunch of other stuff that you need to sometimes look at. And this is the place where you start looking for. You start to go, okay, so what am I doing? This is the shift that needs to happen actually, is what am I doing right now that is causing this or happening or making this happen in my life, that I can change and I can learn from, I can grow from. And it's not about, actually, guys, it's not about keeping it from happening. This is a lot of what I see also in kind of spirituality and you know, even astrology is a lot of people want to start controlling things in order to not experience the disappointment, the crisis. But once you get into that more healthier kind of understanding of deeper understanding of these experiences are helping me grow all the time. They're helping me to learn and to sometimes, yes, to make steps further, to make steps higher, to understand more about myself and this reality. But what I very often see is that is taken, the patterns, the even the teachings are taken to stop these bad things from happening or to start controlling their reality. This is the kind of shift you need to make with this, because when you become a responsible adult, responsible, you know, spiritual being, you start to understand that there are deeper themes happening, deeper matters happening, and you can start to take responsibility for these things, and you start to understand the ebbs and flows of of the high and the low, meaning suffering and the growth. And then you become a responsible adult instead of just putting on the responsibility onto others. So I hope it makes sense to you guys. Hope it makes sense where this kind of carrot and stick method came from. I know it went a little longer than I anticipated, but hopefully you will start to understand the difference here, the difference of mindset of being a responsible adult, responsible, emotional, spiritual being, and being a young child, adolescent, who still gets their orders from, you know, in this case, the God or the universe or a spiritual guru, a spiritual master. And you start to move away from that type of being and start to take responsibility for basically all your actions and everything that is happening to you in life. Because actually, in the grand scheme of things, as hard as it is for me to admit, everything that is happening is actually happening for you, not to you. So guys, thank you very much for watching and listening. If you want to explore these deeper patterns with myself on a more intimate setting, one-on-one, please let me know. There are links below that kind of help you to do that. And thank you very much for watching, listening. See you again soon in the next video.